The spot removal tool in Adobe Camera Raw is the tool we use to remove unwanted dust spots, blemishes and other distractions in a raw image. The tool works in two ways, as a healing brush and as a clone tool. I have a batch of images here, and at the time they were shot, my sensor was in a desperate need of a clean. But it does mean we've got good subjects to demonstrate the spot removal tool. We'd normally start by zooming in on the image, and that's what I've done here to 100%. So we're looking at the top right corner of this image. Now the healing brush that we have selected from the drop-down menu, that's going to meet our needs practically all of the time, because what it does is it assists our edits to blend in. The clone tool doesn't. But that clone tool can be useful sometimes when we're working on the edge of an image, because the healing tool sometimes causes a little smudge. So we've got two options, but I would say 99% of the time the healing brush will do all the work for us. Now we have three sliders here, but in practical use we hardly need them at all. Because we use the healing brush most of the time, the feather command can stay at the left, the opacity can stay at the extreme right. We're just interested in the size, and rather than use this slider, we would use the square bracket keys to the right of the letter P, because if we just pick a nice strong dust point here, I can make sure my brush is just covering it. I can click once. Now the little red ring is the area we're fixing. The green ring is the area where the repair is being pulled from. Now if Photoshop gets this wrong, which it rarely does, we can pick up that green ring and we can move it to another location. If we don't make the brush quite big enough, we can go over to the edge of it and we can increase the size as well. So if we feel confident enough and we want to try to fix 2 or 3 dust spots in one go, we have the opportunity to do that. Sometimes the dust spots can be very faint, and we do have some way here to show those spots up much more clearly. Over here, just tick the visualize spots, adjust the slider here until they show up plain and simple. Then all we've got to do, put our cursor over each spot, give a click, and they'll be repaired. Now, if you want to remove the little bounding boxes here, you can do that from this option here or via the V key. And sometimes I do prefer that, I must admit, to just go about my work, just something like this. While we're working like this, we can never be sure that our repairs will look good on the actual image, but in my experience, they always are. And we can always highlight and remove any of these fixes anyway, and have another go if we need to. Take a look up at the center top of this image. We can see a little bit of a smudge in the sky. I'm going to touch the V key to bring all of those bounding boxes back, because I suspect this was caused when I was showing you how to make the ring bigger. So if I click that ring, I can touch the delete key and remove it. Then I could adjust my brush, and either in this window or with the visualize spots turned on, I can go back and I can make the repair. Now sometimes you will see some others, and don't be frightened to just give them a touch, but there really isn't much more I could say to improve our use of this particular tool. This is the batch of images I referred to earlier on. All of them were shot with the camera that was in desperate need of a clean, but let's assume that we've fixed all of the spots on the image you can see highlighted. In Bridge, I can right-click that image, go to Develop Settings, and I can copy those settings. I can then select all of the others, right-click again, Develop Settings, Paste Settings. Down here I can tick the box for spot removal, click OK, and every one of those images will be spotted for me. Now we can pick up one at random. Let's just select one. I'll open this up into Adobe Camera Raw. As soon as we select the healing brush here, there we can see that the fixes are in place, and we can see that by the overlays at the top right. So far I've just been referring to dust spots here, but this tool can be used in the same way for any blemishes and distractions. And it's not restricted to a circular shape. We can click and drag. Thanks for watching.